Hello, welcome to Personal Finance course. This course is divided into 10 modules. So this is module 1 of the course and it is on foundations of personal finance. Personal finance is not a reserve for experts, investors or high earners. It is a life skill that affects everybody. It affects people even from smallest daily purchase to people that buy in long term or make long term decisions about money. you know so this module establishes a strong mental framework for understanding how personal finance works, why it matters, and it focuses on awareness, setting priorities, and disciplined decision making. Now let's look at personal finance. What is even personal finance? Personal finance is a continuous lifelong process. It is not a one-time plan. It is a dynamic process that aligns with your goals, your values, and your responsibilities. As life changes, your goals, your values begin to also change so that you align with the changing situation. That is why we say personal finance is a dynamic system. It involves or it includes your earning, how you spend, risk protection, saving, and investing, and also putting all these elements together to determine whether you'll be financially free or financially stressed. Now, let's look at how to manage your daily spending. Now, what is daily spending? It is the operational core of personal finance. Daily spending emphasizes the constant flow of money leaving your hands. As money leaves your hand, that is what we call daily spending on a daily basis. It quietly shapes your long-term financial outcomes. Intentional and controlled daily spending creates stability. While when you are careless with your spending, it can lead to debt and anxiety. So good habits are about awareness and alignment with your priorities, ensuring needs are met while allowing for savings. Now, how do you manage your daily spending? Number one, track expenses. You have to know where your money is going. What are you spending money on? Then number two is prioritize essentials. You have to put needs before discretionary wants. Your needs should be settled first before your wants. Number three, avoid impulse buys. That is when you buy at random. Question it. Delay non-urgent spending. So when you want to buy something, you should ask yourself questions like, do I really need this? Is this important? Don't buy at random. There are some persons that will just buy things or purchase things because they just see it at random without preparing for it. Then number four is live within your means. Always match your lifestyle to your income. Now, let's then talk about planning for future goals. This module 1 is just trying to establish a foundation for the course. So in this course, we'll look at future goals, how to set goals in detail. But this is just giving a foundation for it. Personal finance is future focused. So intentional planning transforms money into a tool for creating opportunities, security, and financial freedom. So financial goals are categorized based on time frame into short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. And each requires different strategies. Like I said, we'll look at it in detail. For instance, for short-term goals, you plan for emergency fund, small debt, vacation savings. But for medium-term goals, you talk about maybe you want to purchase a car, you want to pay down for a home, or you want to fund your education. But if you are talking about long-term goals, you are planning or saving for retirement, your children's education, or home ownership. Setting clear targets, estimating requirements, and strategic saving are very important. So you need to also regularly review and adjust your plan to stay on track. If you don't plan, if you fail to plan, it means you have planned to fail. So you need to plan and prioritize your goals based on urgency and importance. Now, in personal finance or in planning your personal finance, you should also note that there are risks. Life is generally uncertain and unpredictable. Even a well-planned finance can be disrupted. So risk protection is all about safeguarding yourself, your family, and your personal finance from unexpected events like illness, job loss, or different kind of disaster. So effective risk management provides stability, preserves savings, and prevents setback from becoming a financial disaster. So how do you now protect against risk? One, emergency savings. You have to maintain 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses as a financial buffer against unexpected costs. We'll look at this in detail, the cost of this course, okay? Then there's another one. You can also protect against risk by getting insurance coverage. So insurance coverage helps to transfer financial risks with health, life, property, and disability. So it helps to protect your wealth. Now, you need to also develop a healthy money behavior. Financial success is shaped more by behavior than by income. And I used to say two persons can be earning the same income, but one will be financially free and the other will be financially stressed. So what determines that is their attitude towards money. So habits, emotions, and mindsets are very critical when it comes to personal finance management. Technical knowledge is important, but without healthy behavior, even the best financial plans can fail. So developing a healthy money behavior means training your decision making to support your long-term stability. Now, examples of healthy money behavior you can develop include: one, delayed gratification. You resist immediate pleasure for larger future reward. Then number two is consistent saving. Make saving a routine, not an occasional leftover. Then always spend thoughtfully. So align your purchase with priorities, not impulse. Like I mentioned before, avoid buying things at random. Avoid impulse buying. Then number four is you have to always learn. Stay informed about financial systems and how markets operate. So avoiding emotional purchases and making decisions based on goals, not pressure, are key to financial discipline. Now, let's also talk about the broad impact of personal finance. If you manage your personal finance well, or your lack of managing your personal finance, what areas will it impact? Now, wise money management creates stability, confidence, and freedom, while poor management can lead to pressure and limited choices. So you have to understand the ripple effect of personal finance management. So this is very important to build a stable life in the future. So the broad impact of personal finance can affect your education, it can affect your career, it can affect your relationship, it can also affect your health and also your retirement. For instance, less financial stress leads to better mental and physical well-being or physical health than than when you have a lot of financial stress. So that is why you have to work towards ensuring that you are financially free, because when you are financially stressed, it will impact greatly on your mental health. Now, proper planning can also ensure independence, comfort, and dignity in later years. When we talk about retirement, it can affect your retirement. So it protects your future financial freedom. Then in this course, we also look at financial literacy and why it's important. Financial literacy is understanding how money works and how to apply that knowledge to daily life. It covers your earning, your spending, your saving, borrowing, and planning. It is a basic life skill for everybody. Like I mentioned, this course is not just for experts, because without financial literacy, people often struggle living paycheck to paycheck, overspending, and falling into debt traps. So with this knowledge of financial literacy, it can help you to plan ahead, build your savings, control your spending, and avoid harmful debt. So this is about being in control of your financial life. It will help you to build confidence, stability, and help you to develop freedom of choice. So the fundamentals of financial literacy includes the nexus between income and expenses. Income is the money that flows into you or into your hands, while expenses is the money that goes out of your life. So you have to understand the difference. We'll look at it in detail at the course of in this course. So we need to also know the difference between needs and wants. Needs are essential for survival, like you need food, you need shelter, you need clothing. While wants are comforts. Maybe you say, I want to buy a new phone, I need to eat, go eat out. Okay. So, but problems arise when wants replace needs in priority. So you should always ask yourself, is this essential or optional? What I want to do I really need it or is a want? For instance, if you have 20 US dollar and you are very hungry, you need now, and there are two things. This 20 US dollar can afford you a phone, but you are hungry. What should you go first? Now, the answer to that question will be how you are able to uh, separate your needs from your wants. Then there are do's and don'ts of personal finance. The do's of personal finance include: do save consistently, always save. Do write down your goals. Review your expenses monthly and learn basic terms, and then always ask questions. But what are the don'ts? Do not spend money you don't have. You know, some persons do that. Do not spend money you do not have. Do not ignore bills. Whether you like it or not, bills will come. So do not ignore them. Do not also depend on credit for survival, for your lifestyle. Do not compare your finances to others. Know your financial level. And do not avoid planning. So these do's and don'ts are like the commandments of personal finance. Then let's look at common financial mistakes a lot of people do. One is they don't save. Some persons live paycheck to paycheck. They don't save. That is so bad. We'll look at it in this course also. So credit misuse. Some use credit for wants. They go about borrowing and even enter high interest debt. Then others ignore small expenses. So underestimating how small daily purchases add up is so bad. It's a financial mistake. Then not tracking your spending. Money slips away unnoticed without monitoring. And if you don't monitor, you begin to wonder, where is this money going? So this module lays the intellectual and behavioral ground for everything that follows in personal finance. It shows that money management is not a single action, but it is a pattern of choices repeated over time. So personal finance begins in the mind before it appears in the bank account. And that is what this module is trying to establish. Thank you for listening.